This activity is meant to be an introduction to medical and anatomical terminology. Um, there is a lot of vocabulary in this course, and the purpose of this activity is to start to make you become familiar with some root words, prefixes, and suffixes that are commonly used throughout this year and will help you come up with definitions for some really scary sounding medical terms. So, here is a little bit of an English lesson for you. And this is all about root words. So, some words are made up of different parts, and it includes a root word, prefixes, and suffixes. The root word is the main word. For example, bio comes from the Greek meaning life. So that is the root word. So basically, any word that contains bio in it is referring to life. And what we can do is we can add a prefix or a suffix to that root in order to change the meaning. So, for example, we could add the prefix a to biotic, which now makes this word mean non living. We could add the suffix ology, which now makes this word mean the study of life. You change it to biologist, someone who studies biology, and biosphere, which is reference to all the places on the planet that contain life. And then finally, we have biography, which is someone's life story. So we have our root word, bio, is present in all these words, it means life, and then we add the prefix or suffix to change the meaning of the word slightly, but they all refer to life. So if we take this really scary looking word called hypocalcemia, we can break it apart into its prefixes, suffixes, and root in order to come up with the definition for this word. And this is what you are essentially going to be doing in the activity for today. The prefix hypo means low. So you might have heard, or you should have heard in biology, the word hypotonic, which means low solute in a liquid. There's a little bit amount of stuff dissolved in a liquid, so hypo means low. Calc, C-A-L-C, is the root meaning calcium. And then emia is the suffix, and that meaning means of the blood. So if we put these words together, these parts of the words together, we can come up with the definition for hypocalcemia. And hypocalcemia means low levels of calcium in the blood. So your activity for today is to look at some root words and some examples of medical terms and come up with definitions for different types of terms. You're going to have to look at these charts. Now, I by no means expect you to memorize the meanings of all these root words. The purpose of this is to just get you exposed to some of these words so that way when we do talk about these different things later on in the year, you have an idea of what they mean. So you have to read through the charts. There are two of them. One is slightly further down, the other one is all about prefixes here. And I want to give you two heads up with this activity. You do really need to look at all the columns for some questions. I think there is a question about a suffix, an ending to the word. Look at some of the examples that have the same suffix or the same ending to see if you could come up with the definition of that suffix. The other thing I want to mention is some questions say, using the model or refer to the model. What they're talking about is these tables. We'll do a number of activities like this throughout the year. The model could be a picture or a graph, but they're usually something for you to go back and look at again. If you have any questions or need help with any of these questions, please send me an email. Let me know. We can have a Zoom meeting if you want. But please have this finished by 11:59 p.m. today.